Dear God, thank you for this opportunity to get together and meet to do the work you have called us to do. Our minds and hearts are with the many who have suffered loss from the flooding of the Red River. You have told us to help our neighbors wherever they may be found. Restore their spirits of those who are discouraged and help us to be instruments of comfort and hope to those in need. Amen.
The pre-flood panic is probably the first horrible stage we went through. The panic, the uncertainty, real uncertainty, not knowing what. Every day was a new list of priorities. You know, what do you do? What do you do? 8 o'clock in the morning, Friday morning on the 25th of April. Crazily enough, there was a pounding on the door. You've got 20 minutes to get out. It's the 25th of April. We're evacuating. It's raining slightly. We have a major dike around our yard at this point that we're hoping is going to do the job. You think you know what you're going to take with you. If the house burns down, do you know what you're going to take? Boy, you got it all marked out in your head. You're going to not, you know, be crazy like other people who lose everything. Well, I took a pair of pants. I took somebody else's sweater. I took an old suitcase. I took a toque. I took nothing. I videotaped it, though. Oh, man. The road is covered. Oh, just stay on that side, hon. This is the great escape, and then came the fear. You're in a hotel room, muddy, no clothes. This is not fun. This is not a vacation. And you're watching the TV, and they're saying there's some mud dikes that are breaking. Well, there's 5 of us here with mud dikes. Some of them are breaking. Is it mine? And then it happens. May the 2nd. My husband comes out, finally gets clearance to come out here with the motorboat, goes sailing over the railroad tracks, comes up with his video camera, because he's going to bring back the message to me that our house is safe.
I'm sorry, Rosie. We tried. We're finished. We tried, Rosie. The dike broke. Nothing we can do. Nothing we can do, Rosie. Everything's gone.
And then the pain.
This is going to be heavy.
The pain is, I have never cried more tears in my life. And you tell yourself you can't cry like this. You get angry at yourself for crying and being upset. You feel like your very guts are ripped out, and you feel like a victim. I've never been a victim like this before. You feel like you're at the mercy of everybody.
Well, we believe that our ministry is in overhauls, boots, with our hands. Ours is a silent ministry. We don't preach at people. We simply respond to needs, and we listen. Probably the biggest ministry we have is listening to people.
Probably the biggest challenge at this time is finding enough volunteers to cover all the fronts. Right now I think we're spread about as thin as we've ever been, working at so many different locations.
There's lots of anxiety, lots of tension, because you know that you're tearing up your life. You know, your whole life is here.
This is John Giesberg, Commanding our Disaster Service.
It's easy to work for 2 weeks straight and volunteer your time, and just, you know, gung-ho and party and all that, but it's the mess that's left and debris that's going to take months and years to clean up. It's not over.
Is there room for more people out there? What have signed in? Okay.
MDS has been excellent. You know, that was our first hope that we had since, you know, standing on the dike here and wondering where to start. You know, well, I had to start from the road and work my way up to get to the house, and lost. You know, you're sitting on a pile of mud and you're just looking around, and I just look like, you know, God gave me 2 hands and 2 feet and 1 mind, and I can't do this.
This is the first thing you see, mud. Everything fallen. The smell is horrible.
And it's kind of things that refuse to live, refuse to die. It's like a burial ground in here, and your past is pretty much related to a lot of it. So our past is gone, the future really hasn't got an answer to it of any kind. You try and sort it out and think about it too much, it makes you crazy. So you stop right now and you look at today and you say, today is a day. Today is the day I will live, and I will get through today. I will get through today, and it's all these people that, you know, bring out a smile, and I mean, they're working too hard. They're working so hard for me. Why? I don't know. I don't know them.
Do it for us.
It's hard to watch. Feels good to do it. I'm sure they would do it for others. And it's just too much work for one couple. There's no other way. We have to help.
To my dear husband. I gave it to him. I'll keep that. I'll dry it out.
I'm not a Mennonite, but I know there's work to do. It doesn't matter who you are. Come on out.
Whoa, good.
Well, I've done the rest. I've done the sandbagging, I've done the bake sale stuff, I've bought the t-shirts and the videos and given at the concerts they've had, but it wasn't enough. That's not the end of it. That's just easy part. I felt very guilty for having survived an evacuation and coming out fine and doing all the easy work, like I said. But you knew that there were scenes like this around.
Well, I don't know. This Bible's been around for all my life. My parents got it when they got married, I think, or when they became Christians, and I brought it here, and I thought I'd be able to pass it on to my kids. And I really thought it would be able to live through a lot more, but it died with the flood.
It doesn't really come close to home until you actually come to a site like this and see what has happened, and the emotions and devastated look on the people's faces. Then you begin to really see the extent of what the devastation is, because it's a human disaster here. It's not a physical disaster as much as a human.
Oh, God, help me. You get strong for a short while, and then you just crumble. This is horrible.
I have that sense that this could be me. It is me in a sense as well, because I do feel connected with other people. It doesn't matter that it happened here. This could be me. I would hope that people would just respond to human need, regardless of whether it's their own immediate personal need or not. I mean, it is us too. It affects us as well. Just because we're all human and we're all in this together.
I pray a lot. And that I get angry a lot too, that the prayers aren't being answered, you know? And then someone from the outside comes along and says, look for the little things. And you do. It's you know, Floodbusters came onto our property. MDS came onto our property. Those were my 2 glimmers of hope. And I guess they were answers to prayer.
Oh my, they're really going to town here.
Oh yeah.
You guys, my goodness. When I first saw this place, I was just totally shattered that it looked this bad. I thought I had prepared for the worst, but I wasn't quite ready for the worst. I've always been a very independent person, and I'm very humbling because they're just all coming to work and they're doing it for free. When they first phoned me or somebody came here and said that they were going to, that MDS was going to rebuild, I was just so stunned I couldn't even say anything. I just couldn't say anything. I didn't cry, I didn't do anything. I just had no emotions at the time. Then later in the evening when I was going to thank the Lord, and I said to my daughter, I can't even thank the Lord. I said I was just numb, you know? It's emotional because, you know, you get a whole bunch of people in and they're just, you know, from all walks of life and all nationalities, and they're working together as a team.
There were some real big surprises of the number of people that came from non-Mennonite background and out of province. One of the opportunities is to have this organized so that we can also take in people that are of different faiths or of maybe of non-faith people and try and coordinate, help them coordinate their response to disaster victims.
Someone who has come just to volunteer and not really be forced religion, but yet still might find a little bit of the Lord in there on his own, you know, and I think that's what the Mennonites are all about.
The biggest surprise that I get in all the letters and thank yous and interviews from the volunteers is that they're the big winners. It's changed their life.
For all the rest of you guys, I'm going to give this guy a hug for working for MDS. I'll give you a hug.
Oh, okay.
Just got a long letter this morning, and I remember this one quote. He said, "My help in the Red River flood was measurable." He said, "What I received was not measurable in friends and spiritual growth."